love what you said about home is where the love is. And one thing we haven't spoken about, but is imperative, I mean, of the three of us, we cannot have this conversation and not talk about the homeland and
Oh,
the
okay.
challenge of being. No, but there's also, and because I was gonna ask you, do you have extended, most of your extended family is still in Ghana, or
Yes, sir.
yeah,
Yes, mom, pops,
they're still in
big
Ghana.
brother. Yes,
Yeah.
they do travel around, but they're still in
Okay.
Ghana now.
Are you and in terms of your siblings, how many siblings do you have? Just the
I
brother?
do have two big brothers
The
and
older
my
one.
little sister. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
I do
So,
have a couple of half brothers as well.
and how like do you plan on? Do you and wife? And is there a challenge in terms of your ability to go home? Right? Is it the same? Because Mumbai and I were talking about this, right? And obviously, the last trip we took home
Yeah.
was very recent, and it was a challenging trip for many reasons. But one of the challenges that we speak about is we feel very proud of being African. We're very proud,
Yeah.
and at the
Yeah.
same time, we know we we're not living there. And home, like you said, home is where the love is.
The love is, yep.
Most of our careers and our family and everything is built here now in the
Here, yep.
States. So going home takes on a whole new challenge.
Yep.
How do you navigate that, and how do you think about that? Like, is it, and your family, do you plan on like exposing your young family to
Yeah.
home? And yeah, speak on that.
So with me, obviously playing for the national team, I had the chance to sort of like, when you're growing up in the States, for example, and you schooling and all that, and then, after school, that's when you get a chance to sort of like travel maybe once a year or twice to the homeland. But then with me, playing for the national team really helped me sort of like always go back like every 2 or 3 months, and then end of the season I'll get home. So I used to go home a lot. But if, let's say for example, you're not playing for the national team and all that, and you've cultivated a culture here and all that, then when you get back home, things are a little different. But then you see your parents, your grandparents and all that. The connection comes like that. You land, you feel it right away. Now you see them, you eating your local food, you speaking your local language if you still have it. Some people don't. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. And but if you haven't gone for some time, that's when you think, oh, how is it gonna be? And are they gonna still look at me the same? No, but you just get there, be yourself, and you will feel it that, okay, I'm home. That feeling is because when you get there, you feel the love. That's when you feel home.
Yeah.
When you get back to family, you get back to great people. You've sort of like started to call family now. You feel the love, you call family, you call home. That's where I cultivated that sort of like sense of, okay, home is where the love is, because you don't want to go to a home where there's no love. You always want to be at a place in a home, at a place where there's love, and you can feel home. When people love you, you feel like, oh, okay, I can open up to them, because they've genuinely showed me love. So when I got to France, this is a backstory from when I got to Spain, and the coach was like, hey, if you're not speaking the language, you're not playing. So when I got to France, I didn't allow anyone to tell me that. Even though I knew it wasn't going to be the case, but I had to learn that language as well.
Tu parles
I
français
had
aussi?
to. Oh, bien sûr, bien sûr. Parce que j'ai joué là-bas 5 ans. Et en fait, ouais, j'ai commencé plus vite. Parce que quand j'arrivais en Espagne, comme le coach a dit,
Ouais.
j'ai dit, ok, bah là, c'est le bon moment pour moi d'apprendre le français aussi. Donc, j'ai commencé à acheter les livres. Ils ont écrit anglais, français, donc j'ai commencé à apprendre petit à petit.
Non, bien sûr, bien sûr.
Yeah.
Bon, c'est très
So
bien.
man, I'm just grateful, man. Grateful for all the challenges, all the good times, the challenging times, because they helped me sort of like learn new things about myself, about people, about life and all that. So, yeah, grateful.
Well, brother, Mumbi, you got something? Because we
So,
gonna,
Mumbi, I
yeah.
got a question for Mumbi.
No, let's
All
do
right,
this. Get it,
I'm
get it.
ready. I'm ready.
So, Mumbi, how do you sort of like help a kid that thinks he got it all?
Mm,
That's a great question. I think the first thing is I love to talk to them, and that's
Okay.
it's great that you brought that up because again, another conversation that happened about a week or two ago. So I just
Okay.
came back from Nashville from the MLS Cup,
Yeah.
and our boys didn't qualify for the Cup, but they were playing in the showcase games. And
Okay.
so a few days before we left for Nashville, we had a friendly match with the local team. Just to help us get ready, and so we played a good game and had the film of it. So I'm reviewing the film, and the next day I'm checking in with the players and talking to them a little bit about the game. We did like a film review
Okay.
on Zoom before we flew out. Um, and so that morning, I believe a player, one of my captains actually, he shot me a message. He texted me and said, "Hey, coach, I'm sorry for my performance." And I was like, "What do you mean? What are you apologizing for?" Right? Like
Mm.
I'm genuinely like, well, I wonder what he's gonna say. He's like, "No, I didn't play well." But now I'm
Mm.
asking, I'm probing. I'm like, "Oh, be more specific," because sometimes
Specific.
someone will
Yeah.
say, "Oh, I played good, I played bad." What does that mean? What did you do good? What did you do bad?
Right.
I want you to tell me the specifics because if you're not specific, how am I supposed to help you? Right? Because I know
Yeah.
some things that you did well in the match. I know some things that you
Mm-hmm.
struggled with in the match, but tell me specifically. And now when he started to open up a little bit, his idea also still wasn't clear. So at one point he
Mm.
said something like, "Well, I know your expectations of me are high, so I just know I didn't play well." So I'm still like, "Come on, man, tell me, tell me, tell me." Then the next thing he said is, "Okay, well, the expectation is I should be the best player on the field." And I said, "Okay, we're getting somewhere." But I said, "Listen,
I
you
need more
don't. That's
details.
how is that? Is that really what you need to be? Do you really need to be the
Mm.
best player on the field every single day? And what does that mean? What are the metrics, right? Does this mean that you never lose the ball? Does this
Right.
mean that you win all of your duels? Does this mean that that you're vocal and you're commanding the back line? What does that mean? What does it look like for you to be the best player, right?"
Mm.
And so then he started thinking, I was like, "Oh, right, you're right, coach. Like I need to think about this a little bit more, right?" And I said, "Listen, it's not about being the best player on the field, right?
Mm.
It's about being the best player you can be for the team.
Right.
That's
Right.
the most important thing. You have your roles, you have your responsibilities. By the way, I'm a new coach for this group, so I'm just starting with them in the last few weeks and going into next
Okay.
season. So I was just telling, listen, man, yes, I do have high expectations of you because you're a good player, but as you spend more time with me, right, you're going to get all of the details of what I want you to learn and understand in your position and in your roles in the team, right?" So I was like,
Right.
"Listen, don't stress. This is the first game I'm on the sideline, so this is all a new experience for all of us. This is your
Mm.
guys' first time playing for me, right? This is my first time coaching you. So
Coaching you. Right.
relax. It's okay. We're just
Nice.
starting. This is the foundation that's being built. So you shouldn't be too hard on yourself, but just understand when we talk about the game, you need to be specific,
Right.
right? And some of the expectations you have for yourself, sometimes it's a little bit too much, right?
Too much.
Because
Yep.
again, not every day are you going to play 10 out of 10. There's
That's
going to
true.
be games where it's very difficult for you. It's very difficult for the team. I need you to be
Yeah.
solid as you can be, especially
Right.
mentally, so that you can
Mm-hmm.
help us in whatever the team needs." And so that was our conversation. And so the reflection is be specific and
Yep.
and of course be open and honest with yourself. And then of course I can give you my feedback as a coach because I will watch the film and I will go back
Mm.
and then give you the detailed moments. I'll send you the timestamps and say, "Hey, go look at that moment in possession.
Right.
Go look at this moment defensively." And then now we can break down the actual film. So instead of saying, "Oh, like I didn't play good." No, no, no. In that moment, you were late.
Right.
Okay. In that moment, you didn't communicate. In that moment,
Yeah.
you tried to dribble, but the pass was on into the midfielder. Right. So now
Right.
I can give you more specifics. So yeah, that's how I help a player. So it's a very, very detailed process for me
Yeah.
that I think helps them now get a clear picture of what they
Mm-hmm.
need to do and understand. So
Right. Right.
yeah.
And also, I think I had one for Mutanda as well. Let me stretch before I give you yours. So, have you coached older players before, or
Yeah.
just
I'm actually
okay?
currently a coach of a semi-pro team or USL two.
Okay.
So
Okay.
yeah, yeah,
Oh, that's good.
all ages, man. Yeah.
So like what do you tell your team when they're struggling to sort of like understand the game principles and the objectives? Obviously, you've worked on it in training and all that, but when we get on the field, now they're just doing whatever they want to do. So, how do you sort of like do that during the game, like in-game adjustments and all that? How do you sort of like get them to get back on the game principles and objectives
During the actual match itself?
during the game? Yep.
Well, I would say, well, you know this as a player. During the match, it's tough to fix a lot of things, right? Because your experience as a player is how much are you actually paying attention to what the coach is saying, right?
Right.
It's not much. You're like you can hear the coach, maybe, maybe not, but you're focused on what's going on.
It's on the game. Yeah.
Yeah. So obviously, this is where halftime is important, but also little conversations with different people. I might tell. It depends on age and stage of development. Right.
Right, that's
Of
true.
course, with the
That's
older
true.
boys. So with the group that the older group that I work with, good team. You basically Division 1 collegiate players. This is the level.
Yeah.
And some aspiring pros in that, right? Some guys that we've
Yeah.
pushed on to the next level, and some guys who are going to be there in the future, I'm sure. But with those guys, maybe it's a sharp word, right? Reminder.
Right.
Hey,
Right.
look at this. So for example,
Right.
we've literally spoken with our defenders about when the ball travels forward toward in the opponent's half and towards the way we want to score, and our
Yeah.
back line moving with the ball,
Push the
right?
line.
So pushing the line up. So when guys don't do it, it's boom, sharp reminder from us,
Right.
and a reminder of what the signal is, what the cue is for them to do it,
Mm.
and then hey, do this, you guys. Hey, when this happens, step your line, look to step,
Right.
go. And then we watch, observe to see if it happens. And then, so it's those little reminders. And then, of course, halftime, you can have a little bit more detailed conversations. But, yeah, I think it's always training people's eyes, right? This is the
Yeah.
game. So hopefully that
Yeah,
answers your
that's good.
question.
That's good. Because
Yeah.
obviously, looking to, I'm going to be 35 in July. I'm growing younger, but I want to also think about what I can do to help the next generation. So if it's getting into coaching, if it's getting into scouting, whatever that may be, I love the game so much. And like I said, the way I see it on the field might be different from the way I see it on the outside. Obviously, I love to do film. I love film. Like after my games,
Yeah.
I can watch the game like 3 times again.
Yeah.
'Cause, I might see something here. I'm like, oh. Then I go back and I'm like, oh man, I should have, I could have, and all that. So when I do all these kind of things, I see the game in a different way, But then I'm like, okay, so with all these years that I've played, what do I want to do with, the little knowledge that I got like this? What do I want to do?
Yeah.
with
I
it?
mean, you have more than that, brother. But have you done any coaching education? Have you done anything, any courses or anything?
I didn't want to tell you, but I'm doing my B now.
Hey, that's awesome.
I'm
Yeah.
doing my B now.
Respect. It's
Yeah.
good. Good.
Thank you.
How
It's
is that?
it's
How is that
different.
process for you? Yeah. How is that process?
It's very different because, like I said, from that perspective on the field, oh my God, like playing with players like Darlington and Lucas and all that, we see things and we sense things and we just do it.
Okay.
But when
Okay.
you're on the
you're
coaching,
coaching.
I'm like, oh my God, what is that? Like, control and pass. I was fighting some of the boys. What are you doing, bro? You setting your teammate, you setting him up to score.
Yeah.
And you smash that ball. Just lay there, one touch finish. So lay it, like, the layup gotta be nice. So, but then having the feel of it, like me playing, when I'm playing with, like I said, playing in Spain taught me so much. The coach and, few players pulled me to the side. Because, when I started to sort of like see those passes, I look here, I play those ones, or I receive here, I know what I'm doing already. But then they told me, like, who are you playing that ball to? You might be playing the ball to someone that is quick.
Yep.
Just, lob it into the space for him. Because we know when you smash it at him, it's difficult for him to control it in between 2 guys. But then when you do that to Lucas, D, they're going to, with ease, they out. So now I started to realize, okay, yeah, you might be a good center back, good fullback, but can you play with your winger? Can you play with your other center back? Can you play with your midfielders? Like, do you know their tendencies and, like what they need in this particular time? What they, So I was like, oh wow, it's not just about studying your game, but it's about studying your team, team's game, your teammates. Like you love playing with Mumbi. And now Mumbi is out suspended or injured, whatever that may be. Now you playing with a new center back we just signed. What are you gonna do now? If you've studied his game in training and you just play without even saying a word. It happened to me and Josh Williams because I played with him so many years. From
Josh
2017.
is a great guy. Yeah.
2017 to 2022 we played together. So the communication, I loved playing with everyone that I played with, but the understanding between me and Josh was just there because we had sort of repetitively done it so many times, and we understand each other's movement, and it was so nice. Like me and him, we just looked at each other and then we're good.
I gotta ask you now. So that's beautiful because first I gotta get Josh on as well, and I know that he came out. One of the first memories I had as well in Columbus. Was the first year that I was there as an academy coach, and sometimes a couple of the first teamers would come out. So Rico came out, Ricardo Clark came out a little bit. Okay. And then Josh Williams came out, and he was in and around it. And it was awesome every time you guys showed up. But so who's the team that you're coaching? You're taking your B, and I saw that were you working with the Crew Academy kids, or who are primarily the youth players that you're coaching right now, if you're coaching any?
So I'm not coaching any, but I went there to observe. To observe
Okay.
few trainings because I was doing. Obviously, I'm still doing my course.
Yeah.
But then I asked for permission to go coach for my session.
Got it. Yeah. So you use the Crew players.
Under 18s. Yes.
Yeah. Because I was gonna say in the B you have to be. You're working with you got to work with a certain group of players.
With a youth team.
Right?
Yep.
So you use
I was
the
working
players.
with the So I spoke to Locke, and then he gave me permission to work with the under 18s.
And so now this is beautiful because Mumbi and I are so excited because every time we have a high level player such as yourself on, it corroborates a lot of the things that we've been saying in this show for young players, and that we experience as players ourselves, right? We were both players.
Yes.
But and what I love that you said, and I want you to clarify. So you now, when you start to coach, what was the biggest challenge for you as a coach?
Ooh, it's a tough one because so now that obviously I'm looking at it from this perspective, instead of being here, being on the field and all that, looking from the outside, I see it's a lot challenging. Oh my God, it's different. But then it's exciting at the same time because I'm putting myself in a position where I'm not used to, and it's great learning sort of position to be in. But these kids, especially when you've done it before, they look at you in a different way. They want to do it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But then when you explain to them the reason why they're doing it, now you see them do it with a certain level of intensity and intentionality. Because I'm like, okay, the reason why I want you to look before you receive that ball is because when the press is coming and you don't look, now you're gonna put the team in a situation where we don't want to be in. So having the whole team awareness, but then self-awareness is very crucial. So in obviously observing the training, and sometimes the coaches will ask, hey Jonah, you got something to say? Sometimes I have so much to say, but I keep it simple, and I'm like, just look, just look, and then why did you play one touch there? Because you had all the time in the world, so take a touch, and I love it because I have never done it before, but then to see from the outside, I'm like, oh wow, Okay, it's simple for us because I've done it so many times and all that. But even us, we still mess up. But then getting the opportunity to let them know the reason why we're doing things. Oh, it's so good. And when they understand the reason why they're doing it, they want to do it. You say training is over. They're like, coach. They want to keep going. So it's so good.
So as we wrap up, and we'll probably put this out in 2 parts, and
Okay.
we'll stay connected, and we'll just have to have you back, especially as you go on through your coaching journey, and
For
there's so many
sure.
things that we can talk about. Like I know you're doing photography now, which is a whole nother thing. Like right?
I love it.
Yeah, I love it. So you're doing all these side
I
quests.
love it. Yeah.
But I gotta ask these questions. So the last 2 things for me, and then Mumbi can ask whatever he wants to buzz. But also the last 2 things for this session would be, so in all these different places you've played, and the level of the game that you've been at, and now your experience is also working with the academy players at the Crew. Where would you say the level? What do you think about the level of some of the kids coming and where the game is at here in the States?
Whew. I would say, as of right now, currently, obviously with the work you guys are putting in now, with coaches like you that have played the game, that are trying to help the next generation, it's a little bit different for the kids now to understand the reason why they're doing some things as compared to the previous kids. Because playing in Spain, the youth teams, oh my God, it was so sort of like structured and it was like properly done. Kids growing up 10 years old, comparing, of course, the time that I was there, 2010, 11, 10-year-old kid there compared to even now, the level was still even higher than the kids now. But then, with coaches like you and, what's his name, Johnson, he does his camp and all that. Like the work he's putting in.
You talking about
Eddie
Eddie Johnson down in
Yeah.
Florida.
Eddie Johnson,
Yeah,
the US didn't have former players that are coaches now that are doing all these type of work with the youth now. So now that we have people like you guys doing it, it's obviously bridging the gap, but the gap is still big though, because
no facts.
you watch the World Cup, you always see the European teams and the South American teams because football is the culture for them.
Absolutely.
In the States we have so many sports. They put their kids in so many sports, which is good. They learn a lot from that. But then if this is what you want to do, then sometimes, to me, what I've observed, sometimes the parents don't allow the kids to fail. Allow them to fail.
Wow, yeah.
If you allow them to fail, now let's say you're driving and you know there's a sharp curve here and you've failed there before. Next time when you're driving there, you're going to slow down and then take that curve. So, but when you don't allow them to fail, you tell them, hey, be careful, there's a sharp curve there. He's always, no, let him fail. And this is not, obviously, the example I gave of driving is different from failing on the field. Because when you allow them to fail on the field, then they would come back and correct it, because you'd be like, okay, sometimes even the drive home, just let them be, don't talk about the game.
No, I love
drive
that.
home, and then now he probably lost the game 7-0 to a team that was better than his or her team. So why did you do this? Why did you pass the ball here? Now you're gonna bombard him with so much. He's already frustrated from the loss, and now so allow him. He's gonna be frustrated in the back seat, whatever that may be. Allow him or allow her. You get home and then you tell him, "I'm so proud of you. You fought so hard. I loved your effort." And now you be like, so tell me how you liked it playing, in the center back or playing, in that game. And now they open up to you and complain or whatever that may be. But then they will tell you everything they felt on the field, instead of you, chastising them, in the car about this. They could have done that. They could have done that. So that's what I'm sort of like observing from watching these kind of games.
And John, I want to add to that. So it sounds like, and relating to your experience growing up too, it's like your parents weren't telling you to play, or they weren't telling you how to do things because it was your own passion. And it sounds like it's almost like saying, like, parents, you have a certain role in your kids' lives when it comes to the sport, but that role it shouldn't go past a certain point. And it goes past a certain point if you're continually saying, hey, I need to keep criticizing you or coaching you or telling you what to do or how to do it. It's like they need to come to you with the level of engagement. Say, hey, can you take me to the park? Or, hey, let's watch this film. Or, hey, like, it should come from them, because if it's always coming from you, it's like it's more than about you than it is about them.
Right.
Because they're the ones playing. Yeah, of course. Someone say, oh, no, but they're playing. It's about them. It's like, no, but you're the one that keeps pushing them and pestering them or badgering them or whatever you want to say. You're the one that's always complaining. You're the one always screaming on the sideline. Now, instead of focusing on the game, now they're looking, oh, what's mom saying? What's dad saying? And I'd had those experiences where I think some people don't get it. Maybe they're not too understanding of this, that like, hey, you're their parent. I can't come to your house and tell you how to raise your kid. That's not my job. But when you come to soccer, you want to be the coach too. It can't happen, and there are some kids even in the last few years where small kids, I was coaching U10, and one or two of these kids at halftime, they run straight to the parents because the parents are like wanting to talk to me, like, well, first of all, come be with your team. Not even like a control, like, oh, again, first thing, come be with your teammates. It's really good for them at this age. You have all day to be with them. For this hour and a half, they're with their teammates. So let them come be with their team is the first thing. The second thing is you're probably telling them something completely different than what I have to say. Right? And even if it isn't different, the power is okay, you have an influence in the car ride and at home all day, every single day of the week. I only see them a couple times. So let me have a little bit of voice. It's good for them to get a different opinion, a different lens, because that's also something that can help them grow. If they were just to hear from you, then okay, maybe some people decide, I'm going to homeschool my kid, I'm going to take them this place, but I'm also their instructor and I'm going to tell them that, okay, that's fine. But it's also healthy for kids to hear a different voice, whether that's at school or whether it's soccer or different sports that they do, because it gives them the different life perspectives that you've talked about too on your journey. Like the coach in Spain wasn't the same as Greg Berhalter here. Right. And the coach you had in Russia was not the same as the coach you had in France, and as the same as the coach that you had in South Africa. So it's really important, but it helps put you together as a person,
It does.
Yeah.
And to add to that, so when, for example, the kid that runs straight to the parent, if now they're progressing, they would always be sort of like waiting for that. Waiting for that voice instead of trusting the voice that is leading you in the team that you are on. Like if you don't trust your coach's voice and you trust your mom's voice, then you should probably have your coach, your parents be your coach. You build your own team where you listen to whatever they will tell you, but
people do that, by the way. They do that.
People do that.
The parents need to understand that you signed this kid up because he or she wanted to do it. Now allow this child to enjoy that environment they are in with the coaches and the team. So when it's halftime, we're losing or we're winning, whatever that may be, we stick together. And now the first person we listen to is the coach. If, let's say, for example, I've had some teams, you teams, I go watch them. If your father is the coach, now you're listening to him as a coach, not a father.
Right.
Because he's your coach. That is different. But then you cannot run straight to your pops and your moms and no. Just stay here. So I think that culture a little bit, because in Spain and in Ghana or wherever, the football is the culture for them. No, they just go drop their kids and then they leave. Because sometimes it's a little distraction to the kids, when they keep doing this. They, they do one good pass, they look, hey, But then, like me growing up, I wanted to play.
Yeah.
I go to school, I have my sports, my PE stuff underneath my uniform. Break time, I take it off, I'm playing.
Yeah.
Then I put it back on, go home, I eat, I go play. You know, mom is in there. My mom never saw me play, like growing up. Never. All you hear about is someone coming to complain, hey, your son broke my glass with his ball. Da, da, da. That was the only time. So I think, you know, with you guys having the understanding of the game, but not just the game, life itself, what, you know, like lots of coaches now, not just impacting, you know, the players on the field, but off the field as well. So that value, you know, carries so much weight. So great job you guys are doing.
No, man, you're doing it, man. It sounds you sound
No.
like just hearing you. No,
You
no, but
are
seriously,
coaching the kids now. I'm not doing
yeah, I
anything.
know, but but hearing you talk about it and reflect on it, and there's several things you said, and I've been taking a little bit notes as well. Like, you're when you step into it fully, you have all the makings of a fantastic coach.
I need
Because
all
we-
the
No, because
all
but
the
because of,
knowledge
but
from
because
you
of this
guys.
reason, because you're talking about the reflection, right? You
Mm-hmm.
said being self-critical. I love the reason I asked you because again, I see a lot of coaches as a former player transitioning into coaching is challenging because so many people want to coach the way they either
played.
coach themselves or the way they played exactly, and they think of it like,
I know.
hey, why can't you all do this? I can do this, and it's like, hold on, no, stop. That's not
Yep.
the it doesn't work that way. Learning doesn't
Yeah.
happen that way. And here's the thing, even if you were Jonah Mensah or even if you're Zidane, right?
Right.
The players look up to you because they have some buy-in already. You have some buy-in built in
Mhm,
because of
mhm.
who you were as a player. Beautiful. But
Right,
at some
yeah.
point that starts to wear
That
off
stops. Yeah,
if
yeah,
you're
yeah.
not communicating clearly and you're not helping and guiding from a place of holistic and embracing the
True.
person. You see what I mean?
True,
Players
true,
players
yeah.
will stop listening to that, and they'll be able to be like,
Mhm.
well, this guy's not helping me. Yeah, great, he was a
Right.
great player, but what does that actually mean? Especially
Mhm.
kids who don't even know who you are. You know what I'm saying? They don't know.
Exactly.
They didn't watch you play. They don't
Yeah,
care.
right.
Like, oh, great, you played, and coach is good. Like that always helps. That always helps, but it's not enough. It's not enough.
Yeah,
So, but
yeah.
hearing you with your playing experience talk about, no, I have to step back and I have to think of this differently. Oh,
Mhm.
it's beautiful. And
Yeah.
more coaches need to hear that, because if you're willing to put in that work and be reflective, what
Mhm.
excuse does a youth coach who has never played at a decent level, what excuse do they have for being
Yeah.
the kind of overbearing coach that we all know exists? Like they don't have an excuse. So, no, man, I
Yep.
think you and I please we have to keep in touch. And
For
we'll talk
sure.
about all these things.
For
We'll talk
sure,
about
for
coaching.
sure.
We'll talk about all of it. And I want to
Yeah.
follow your journey because I think it's beautiful.
Mhm.
And candidly, I do think this country will get better. We can't ever replicate the culture of Argentina, of Ghana,
Right.
of
Right.
of Spain, of Brazil. We can't
Mm-hmm.
replicate that culture with football. But what we can do is have folks like yourself who have the experience you have, and impart that to in whatever station you want to take up, but who
Mhm.
can impart that to other coaches or younger players about, hey,
Right.
this is what you say you want, but and
Right.
I'm verbatim things that you've said. You need to
Mhm.
embrace the struggle. You need to
you need
learn
to.
to fail sometimes. You need to struggle. Like parents, you need to just let your kids
Yeah.
fail.
Right.
Players, you have to look. Right?
You
These
need
are
to.
things that Mumbi and I say all the time. When
Yeah.
Jonah Mensah says it, maybe it means something different, right? But if
No,
we're all
no,
saying it,
like
you know what I'm saying? It's beautiful.
When we all saying it, you know that.
No, exactly. Yeah. Oh no, believe me, I'm not saying it doesn't mean anything when I say it, because when I work with
Yeah.
my teams, believe me,
Oh,
they know
yeah,
who's
they
in charge.
listen. Yeah.
They know who's in charge. But
There we go.
but this but the more of us who say it,
Yeah.
it's beautiful. So and
Yeah.
and I have to say this too, the aesthetics matter. The aesthetics matter, and for the three of us from the motherland to be
Yeah.
here in this country, there are a lot of black kids. There are a lot of black kids. There are a lot of brown kids who love
Mhm.
football, but who
Yeah.
may never have a black coach.
That's true.
Let's be
That's
honest
true.
about it. You live in
Yeah.
Columbus, Jonah. I worked there for a couple years, lived there for a couple years. I know the demographics there. I also know who has access to the game and who doesn't. So
Mhm.
the power I don't take for granted, and Mumbi and I don't take
Yeah.
for granted. It's one of the reasons, frankly, that we started this podcast and we started this show, and why we're talking to amazing people such as yourself, is because we
Yeah.
want all of the kids and kids who also look like us,
To have
boys
the
and girls,
opportunity as well.
to see us talking about these things and see the success that you've had and see, hey, that's possible potentially,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
You know what I mean? I think that's powerful. So anyway,
Mm-hmm.
this is why we're here, man.
Yeah,
This
yeah,
is why
yeah.
we're here.
They actually will see themselves in us. Like,
Hmm.
Yeah.
he looked just like me, you know.
Yeah.
He talked just like me. He go a little hair just like me and all that. So why
Or
not?
no hair. Don't leave us out, man. Don't leave us out.
You had it before, but no hair. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
But then they will always put like picture themselves in our shoes. Like, man, like that's what I did.
Yeah.
When John Mensah and all that, they were coming, I would be like, man. And that was like, I think that was after that World Cup. I think after that
Yeah.
2006 World Cup, he came home, organized that gala, and man, I was like, man. And I kept saying in my head, and at that time I wasn't a professional yet, so I was like, man, I just wanna play football. I just wanna play, and one day I'll be like him. But then the first step was I just wanted to play. I just wanted to play. So, like, my journey is, I don't know, man, but it's God, bro.
Yeah.
Because, man, in Ghana, of course, and in other places in Africa, your team playing, you win, we on the street, bro. And that was our first World Cup. Ghana's first World Cup. We beat, Czech was probably number 2 at that time. We beat Czech and USA
And the
at that
US,
time.
yeah.
USA
Yeah.
was like 12 in the world.
Yeah.
And man, Czech number 2, so it was big. That was our first World Cup, bro. We were on the street, bro. We did it, and then you get back home, you're hungry, you gotta eat, and then we go watch the game again. So for me to be in the next World Cup playing, my God.
Yeah. Oh,
What a story! What a
What
story!
a story. I know. So like I said, I'm so grateful, that I had that opportunity to, and what's crazy is I played the Youth World Cup the year before,
yeah. Yeah.
2009, and then
You guys
we
won it.
actually
You won the
We won it.
U20s.
We won it.
And there's some
And
there are
then-
ballers in the U20s. Like, it's basically
Oh
all the
my
up
God.
and coming stars of the world, the young players of the world.
Oh yeah.
And you won the tournament.
It was just like, what?
Yeah.
Like till this day, I'm like, I don't know how we did it, but we did. Because going toe to toe against Brazil at that time, they had the Douglas Costas. It was crazy. What a team! But then we were just bunch of hungry guys that wanted to win, that wanted to play and win, bro. When you see us play,
Yeah.
Bro,
I have to
the
go back and
passion
watch
we
it now.
played with.
You've inspired me. I have to go back and watch that.
so you will
But,
see
yeah.
if you go back and watch a little bit of that tournament, the under 20, you see where that sort of like, the Coach Duncan, don't go down, the little bit of me sensing danger. You see a little, glimpse of all that. And, I was okay, but then obviously traveling, playing in Europe will definitely enhance and shape your game in a way that, every pro would love their game to be. So, thankful for this opportunity to talk to you guys.
Oh, it's
Seriously.
been an honor. It's been an honor. Let's do this. So as we wrap up, let's do this. Let's make a plan. We'll connect. I'll pass you my number.
For sure.
And
sure.
then,
I think I do have your
Yeah,
number.
well, the Instagram maybe. Well, yeah. I think we do have it.
Yeah,
but,
but yeah.
yeah. What I would
Pass
love
on.
to do is maybe, and Mumbi and I would both obviously love another session anytime later, and we
Okay.
can dive deeper into like football, right? So
For
there's
sure,
like
for sure.
defending
Football,
and things
football.
like we can talk about like deeper stuff. But this has been awesome,
Yeah.
and I want to leave with this. So you've played with a lot of players, right? We have to talk about Darlington real quick.
Oh
I just
my
wanna-
God.
And then
we would need the whole day to talk.
we would need a whole day. Okay. So you know what? We can save it then. But here's what I wanna.
Shout out to Darlington. Shout out to
Yeah,
Darlington.
we
Yeah.
can save it. But I also wanna. I'm saying this
My
publicly.
brother.
I'm saying this publicly, and hopefully he wouldn't mind because I did speak with him. I don't know if you may not remember this either, but when the new building when the new building was built, right? The new
Yeah.
training center for the crew. I was there, but I only experienced it for a few weeks, and then I left,
Okay.
and I left
Yeah.
because
Was
our
that
stories.
was that when I met you?
We talked
I
more
met
there,
you by
yeah.
the cafeteria.
Actually, no, no,
Yeah.
no. In the cafeteria, I came back to visit.
Oh, you came
I
back
came
later
back to
on.
visit.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, yeah,
Okay.
exactly. But that was exactly, and then we spoke, and we have that picture together, which is awesome.
Right. 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 Right.
We'll probably use that as a thumbnail and I think I don't know if I spoke briefly with Darlington, but I spoke with you.
Mm.
But the reason I bring up Darlington is he's always been one of my maybe my favorite player in MLS,
Yeah.
like in to watch, because I remember him also in Portland.
I thought you
I'm-
said it was me.
Brother, no, I never said
I'm just
that.
messing
Stop
with
lying.
you. I'm just
No,
messing
no.
with you.
And, don't lie to the people. I never said it
Jonah,
was you.
number
I'm
two.
just messing.
Number two.
Oh, and I'll take it. I'll take number 2.
Hey, I
I'm just
respect you.
messing
You're my
with you.
listen.
I'm just messing
Listen,
with
I
you.
respect you, but I never said that. No, listen, I never said that.
I'm just messing with you.
But
No, man.
but what I'm saying is though, I want you to help me, and I'm saying this.
Yeah.
I want you to help me because we have to get Darlington on. We have to speak
Okay.
to Darlington. We have to. You have to tell him, hey, listen, man. And here's why. As a midfielder, I don't know if people appreciate how special some of the things he does is. That, let's be real, if he played in a different context, like let's say he was Spanish, right? Let's say he was
Yeah.
Spanish. And this is high praise, and some people might think I'm crazy, but I'm going to say it anyway. I think Darlington is as close to Iniesta as I've seen an American player. Like, he has the similar qualities. I'm not saying he is Iniesta, okay? And obviously Andres Iniesta's achieved amazing things. But what I'm about to say, I think, makes sense to you because you played with him.
I speak your language, bro. I understand
Yeah.
perfectly
It's the change of pace at the right moment. It's the ability to absorb pressure. It's the dribbling, the acceleration. It's the vision. It's the composure. It's la pausa,
It's
right? You played it,
everything, bro.
So anyway, you see what I'm saying? Like,
Bro,
I look at that and I'm like,
He's the type of player that understands. If you are, let's say you go 23 players on your roster, bro. He knows everyone, and he knows how to play with everyone. His understanding for the game,
yeah,
I've never seen anything like that, bro.
Yeah.
He knows when to speed up the game.
when to speed up and slow down. I was just gonna say, yep.
Bro, he knows when to uplift the tempo. He knows when to play a long ball. He said, bro, like sometimes I do film with him, obviously when we play together.
Yeah.
And then there will be an action that happened, and then we'll both look at each other like it was crazy. Like that guy, like I said, we will need a whole day to talk about him.
Well, so we'll have you both
He-
on. Let's do both. We have to because
we can.
we can. Let's have it.
We can.
Because the memory I have, I saw what you're talking about. I was lucky enough
Yeah.
to experience watching you guys train. Right at Obets. This is Obets, and I remember this is Obets, and I came. And listen, no disrespect to anyone else on the field.
Yeah.
I mean, they had just signed Lucas, right, Zella Ryan,
Okay.
for a lot of money, and Lucas was a baller. Like everybody.
Yeah.
You had a young Aiden Morris, a young up and
my.
coming Aiden Morris, right? Who was
Right,
an academy
right.
player. I didn't get a chance to work with him as extensive. Kelvin Jones,
worked with
and
him.
worked with him more, right? Sebastian Berhalter was an academy.
Yeah.
Sebastian
That's
was an
true.
academy player. Mumbi actually trained with him. Mumbi trained with him when he came.
Okay.
Fantastic player. Yeah, you could
Yeah,
see
yeah.
it. He
So
had
anyway,
it. Yeah.
So the point is,
Yeah.
you guys had all these guys and all these pieces. You had Harry on the team, the right
Harrison
back.
Affle, yeah.
Harrison Affle, bro. So there were some ballers.
Big brain.
And who else was it? The midfielder, the Brazilian player, Artur.
Artur, yeah.
So you had a squad. But when
We
I
had-
was
we had a
there,
squad,
when
yeah.
I was there watching training at Obits, right, standing real close, and I'm observing, the player that I was like, man, was
Yeah.
Nagby. It was Nagby,
He
and
is-
there was a moment specifically where it was literally a ball was played into him, and you could see him look to see where the
Yeah.
defender was,
Uh-huh,
and he kind of like put his foot on it a little bit, and then as soon because he was like, okay, are you gonna come? Are you gonna come? And as soon as the defender came, he spun and took off
The other way,
and
he gone, yeah.
and he was gone. and you're like, that's these are the things that young kids need to watch, and that you a coach can't even teach you, right? Like somebody's been
Right.
touched, they've been touched by a higher power, right? Because you can kind of teach it as a coach, you can kind of, but the ability
But-
to see it and do it,
Oh my God.
it is he's special, man. He's special.
I would say he's a chess player. He is unbelievable. Like, bro, sometimes he will
In terms of like seeing it moves
in
ahead.
terms of seeing it, it's like,
Yeah.
oh, I see this move like 3
before.
days ago.
Yeah.
Bro, he is
Yeah.
different. Like,
Yeah.
of course, like watching him is different.
Yeah.
But playing with him, oh my God, you feel it, bro. He would just sometimes I'll play him the ball, and then he's already looked like twice already, and wherever you coming from, like strong, whatever it is, he just stop and look here. And then he would just spin you smooth, bro, smooth. Oh my God, bro.
Oh, love
No,
it.
he plays chess. I'm telling you, he plays chess because, and he would just stop, and then because when I hated those players, Mesut Ozil, he would do stop and go, and I'm like, bro, what? Like,
Yeah,
what
as
you
a
doing?
defender, you hate playing
As a
against
defender, you hate playing against that, and that's D.
Yeah.
Bro, he will control the ball and just stop and look at you like this.
Yeah, like what are you gonna do? Yeah.
Bro, he's amazing, bro. Like these type of players, bro. Like he's no, like I don't have the words because he's not scared of anybody. Like you're gonna play a game, you be like, oh, this guy he kicks so much. You be like, kick. He keep the ball here and pin you here. He just chilling because he understand the game so well, so well. So when I'm playing with him, so easily, bro, I can just play a ball into the space and he will just run onto it because
He'll solve
he
it,
understand the spaces. He will just come here, bring the midfielder with him because he's creating that space for just to run into it. So when you as a center back playing with someone like that, it's so easy for you. So. We need to talk to him and get him on the show.
Let's do it. Better respect. Mumbi and I are tasking you with that job of saying, hey, these brothers want to chat football, and you got to come on the show with me. We're tasking you. That's your homework, and then we'll set it up again.
Damn.
So
talk of homework, I got so many homeworks to do.
no, I
All the
appreciate it.
assignments, yeah.
Yeah.
No,
yeah,
but
yeah.
D is my brother, and I'll talk to him.
Um,
Talk to him.
Jonah, the last word goes to you. What do you want to? We normally ask our friends, our guests, like what 3 things. It doesn't have to be 3. It could just be 1, but
Yeah.
something that you want to leave the people with. Anything. But we've appreciated having you on. What do you want to leave the people with?
Ooh, I would say know you better. You need to know you because when you know you better, you know the loopholes, the potholes, the weaknesses, the strength of you. Like if you know you better, you handle people better. And then secondly, I would say understand people more than you have to wait. Okay, yeah, you have to understand people more than you wanting people to understand you. Because when you understand people, let's say for example, I understand Mumbi, I will speak his language, and it would be so easy to sort of like connect with him. But if I want Mumbi to understand me all the time, then I won't be able to connect with him on a deeper or a higher level where we all achieve more. So yeah, get to understand people because obviously you understand you know what you like, what you don't like, and all that. But I don't know what Mumbi don't like. I don't know what Mumbi likes. I don't know his favorite thing to do during practice. Sometimes he doesn't want you to bother him. Sometimes he wants to listen to his music. Don't tap him. But when you understand all these things about Mumbi, then you treat him that way, the way that you understand him. So yeah, getting to know you better, and then understanding people more. And then lastly, study these films. if you want to be the best midfielder.
And D is Darlington for everyone who's there.
Darlington, yes, Darlington, yeah. This guy, but yeah, seriously.
He has to come on now. We dedicated half an hour to talking about him. He has to come on the show. He has to.
Because he's that special. Like you said, you definitely not comparing him obviously to Iniesta, but that guy, bro, he's something
similar
special.
Similar traits, similar qualities. Yeah.
Because
they're good players everywhere.
He dark skinned, so they're gonna treat him a little different, which is global. It's everywhere. That's how they treat us.
That's a good point. Some people may not see that it's up here for him. Yeah.
It is.
You know what I mean,
bro? When he goes out there, I'm just gonna be me and
yeah.
It's unbelievable.
Yeah. Oh,
thank you guys.
Thank you guys. Mumbi, thank you, everybody. This has been an amazing.
Next episode, we're gonna talk about this one too.
Okay. Next, okay. We there. Yeah,
I do have a little here that I'll show my kids, my grandkids that a little bit of daddy and grandpa's work.
Okay, all right. Yeah.
And then let's go this side too.
Okay, yeah.
You want to keep going?
Yeah, why not? Give the people what they want, man.
Keep going.
Let's go. What is that? Yeah. Who is that? Okay, yeah. David Villa, NYCFC. Okay.
We do have few down here too, Bastien.
Schweinsteiger, I love it.
We do have who they have here.
Iniesta.
Oh man. Oh yeah.
Oh no.
Oh, of course.
Wow.
Yeah, respect, David Villa. Yeah.
We do have U.S. legends here. Tim Howard.
Yeah, love it.
Zach Steffen, Josie, Tudo, Kojua Samoa, Juventus. So we do have lots we need to frame, but a little sneak peek.
That's a beautiful sight.
Sneak peek.
What's the quick story with the Iniesta one? Where's that one from? What's the story there?
So the Iniesta one, obviously, when we got promoted from Segunda to La Liga, I left Spain. So obviously, I had lots of friends playing in Spain, and I was like, bro, I left when we qualified for La Liga. I didn't get to play with him. Can you get the jersey for me? So after a game, my good friend used to play for Elche, and then he got it for me.
That's dope.
What a great friend. He didn't keep it for himself.
Yeah, that is a good friend, actually. Hang on. How do you know it's real? How do you know it's real?
Because he played against him.
Yeah. Okay.
Because he played against him.
There's no team store tag on the back? There's no team store?
No, it said official kit, so I don't know.
Respect.
Yeah. But, grateful that he was like, yeah, I'll get it for you. I was like, okay. Yeah. And then when he got here, I was so happy he got it for me.
That's dope. All right, man. Hey, listen, we gotta let you go. You have things to do, and we respect the time. Thank you everybody for. Yep, Mumbi, thank you so much. Thanks everybody for listening to another episode of the Impact Space podcast. We'll catch you next time, and look out for the next time that we have Jonah Mensah on. It's gonna be
D
awesome,
on it. D.
And okay, and all right. Hey, but hang on, Jonah. If I tell the people this, then we gotta come through. So yeah, we'll have Darlington and Jonah on. But respect, and we'll catch you next time on the Impact Space podcast. Be good.
Thank you, guys.